All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessing to the elect of Yasha, and salutations and blessing to you. I came out there and doing this truth and sincerity. All right. This is the brother Azaria with the Nebraska camp, and wanted to get into a quick lesson over zeal. Okay. Matter of fact, we can look it up right quick. Because when you read in the scriptures, you hear about being zealous and being, the zealots and things of that nature. Okay, it says passionate or door in pursuit of an objective or course of action. Late 14th centuries, zeal, emulation, church, adore, eager rivalry, emulation, a noble passion. This is the key right here. A noble passion. And it says passion or door. What is it? Enthusiasm or passion. Yeah. In pursuing of an objective or course of action. So it's basically your passion of having something in the course that you're going in whatever. If it's basketball, okay, your passion for that would be to practice to be the best player in the world. Okay, if you're trying to run a business or start a business, even your passion would be into learning how to run a business properly. Okay, but our passion is this truth. Our passion is trying to keep the Heavenly Father happy for the most part. And I say for the most part because it's not like He need us, but we're basically trying to find grace, okay, in His eyes. Okay, we're trying to show Him that we want out of this place, that we want to make it, that we don't want to be forsaken. All right, that we don't want to end up a 2/3, man. Okay, and it all comes with that passion. It all comes with His Spirit as well. Okay, because you have some who claim that they're Israelites, but they don't have that passion. So without that passion, they can't defend the gospel. They do what they want with the gospel, and by that I mean they teach whenever they want to teach. Man, you got to be apt to teach, instant, in season, and out of season. All right, they use this truth as a reputation contest, I would say. Trying to be the head guy, trying to be on top. The commanding general. All right, or even people calling themselves elders, like the, our apostles and elders became that based on other men acknowledging their works, man. Okay, but so yeah, so basically, it's the passion towards whatever you're pursuing, which I'm gonna read in Maccabees, okay, about Mattathias and his sons, and of course we know the story. But it's a part in there that I read over it, and I was like, I don't remember reading it. I guess it's been a while since I read it. So when I read it, I was like, that's some heat. So I'm gonna start it right here, and I'm gonna kind of briefly read through, so I can hit the points, and I'm gonna skip around just a little bit. So this is First Maccabees 2:7. It says, "He said, 'Woe is me! Wherefore was I born to see the misery of my people, and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary to the hand of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the street. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils? All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman she has become a bond slave. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer?'" So basically, he's like, man, I've been, living in Jerusalem, and the woman he's talking about, when he says her, is pertaining to Jerusalem. Okay, but he basically can't believe it, before his eyes. The things that are going on, everything been turned around. You grow up in favor of the Most High, And then these heathens, they pretty much take over your home, get rid of your law, murdering your people. What else? Profaning the temple. Just you. It's nothing. Hey, you beholding grievance, man, as we do today. Cause we the same way in the spiritual sense. We looking at our people like that. Cause it's a people before it's a place, right? So this is how we looking at our people. And there is strangers over in our land, man. Okay. All right, it's verse 14 said, Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourned very sore. In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city of Modin to make them sacrifice. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Then answered the king's officer and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore came thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done, yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thine house be in the number of the king's friend, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards. So he like, you're gonna be treated royalty. All right, you're gonna be treated with royalty, man. It says, Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Most High forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken unto the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. All right, so the passion that he had within him, he like, man, I don't care what you talking about. Like, I'm not going to consent to his law. To hell with his law. You can do what you want, but I'm not going to consent to his law, because here it is. I've been raised up in this thing, and I believe in this thing, man. As us, in these times. We trust in Yahawashi, Yahawashi. That's why you gotta know what you into, and you gotta be willing to fight for it, man. All right, spiritually and physically, not on a physical level just yet, but when the Lord say it's go time, then it's go time. All right, because this man is definitely getting ready to start snatching people up. Okay, it says, Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin according to the king's commandment. Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. When I read that, it's like, golly, when your adrenaline get to going and your hands get to shaking. All right. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar, man. So his zeal inflamed him so much, he just had to take the dude out, man. He just had to take him out. And that shows how serious he was about the Most High, about Yahawah, Yahawashi, man. All right. Now, of course, we're not going to do that now, but we do it spiritually, man. When we see anybody trying to taint the truth or oppose the scriptures, we have to defend it, man. We have no choice but to defend it if we believe in it. All right. It says also the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of the Most High, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri the son of Salem, and Mattathias cried. And I believe that is when you had the guy who had the Midianitish woman, he brought into the congregation, and he ran and slew the woman and the man that had brought the woman into the fold. All right. It says, and Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, Whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. So he like, man, I only want real riders with me, basically. Don't come on that fake stuff, and that's just, it ain't like, come on, everybody, let's go. If you notice, the men back then, For the most part, even Moses did the same thing. He like, hey, whoever gonna serve the Lord, come on this side. And then the ones that didn't want to, they went and slew him, man. They ain't got time to be figuring out if you down for the cause or not. And it's the same with us, man. It's just we just cut you off spiritually, man. All right, because why we need to worry about defending the gospel from Christians, defending the gospel from all different type of religions, from the so-called white man, and from our people, and from people who claim to call themselves Israelites, man. You know, that's why it's like whoever real be real, whoever fake stay fake. Um, I wanted to get 47 just right quick because it says they pursued also after the proud men, and the work prospered in their hands. Meaning it was, in the sight of the Most High, it was okay for that at that time. What they was doing, it wasn't going against the grain. It wasn't going against Yahawashi's program, because there's a time in a season for everything, man. Okay, there's a time and a season for everything. People talking about keeping the law and you be saved by the law. Well, why they ain't out there, killing homosexuals? All right. And us, a great millstone, we're not, and it's not the time for that. Right now is the time for the word to get out there. For the word to get out there so judgment can come later. All right. Now I'm gonna hop in 50. Verse 50, it says, now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Because this is when Mattathias was basically on his deathbed, and he was blessing his children. It said, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So that's what we're doing. This is a remembrance of our forefathers, what they did in their time. All right. It says, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. And it's not necessarily about that, but that's what comes with it, man. All right. Why you think we know the name Noah, Moses, Adam, right? King David, King Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Caleb, Joshua, Joseph. Like the things that they did, man. All right, and it's going to actually get into some of those. I see it right now. I kind of skipped it. Yeah, Salaki for that. It says, hey, Salaki, hey, I forgot Abraham, but he's right there. It says, was not Abraham found faithful in temptation? And it was in temptation, I'll take it is, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. All right. Joseph, in the time of his distress, like he said, you gotta sacrifice your son. And Abraham was about to go ahead and do it, man. It was the passion that he had for it, man. All right, hey, this is what the Lord wants to be, for him to be pleased. This is what I gotta do. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Because remember the wife was trying to get Joseph to she was trying to get that box to Joseph. He like, nah, hell no, bitch, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna commit adultery. Phineas, our father, and being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Yahawashi, aka Joshua, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Misael, by believing, were saved out of the flame, which was, during the time of Daniel. And then, Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of the lions. Right? You just you gotta believe in Yahawashi. Just do what the fuck he said do, and he got you. That's just being blunt about it, man. And you gotta believe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that faith. You gotta have the faith. You gotta have the works. All right. If you have faith that Yahawashi will look out for you no matter what, your works is gonna show it, because you're gonna keep the laws to your best ability. You're gonna fight temptation off. You're gonna when you do fuck up, you're gonna ask the Lord for repentance, right? You're gonna pray. You're gonna fast. You're gonna read. You're gonna study. You're gonna do what you're supposed to do on your behalf, right? Because the Lord already got all the knowledge. He already dwelling in safety. He don't need nobody to protect him. We need that protection, man. All right. It says, and thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. So you put your trust in Yahawashi, he will look out for you. It's another one that's here, I'm gonna get it in my sword. Just a precept right quick. I believe I know where it's at. I can't find it right at this moment, but I can paraphrase it. It says, pretty much it says like, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. You know, I know it's in Ecclesiastes, the first or second chapter. I know it's in there, you know, but yeah, man, you know, so when you show the Lord that you'll fight for him, then he'll fight for you, man. Period. All right, it says, and thus consider ye throughout all ages that none of them put their trust in him shall be overcome. All right, and then I want to get one more. Okay. Now these guys was being zealous, overzealous, I would say, at the wrong moments. Right? It wasn't time, basically. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't it wasn't that time. Like now, if I, you know, gathered a couple brothers up, said let's go fight against Esau, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get knocked off because it ain't time to be doing all of that. This is Acts 5 and 34. All right. It says, well, I'm going to start at 33. It says, when they heard that, they were cut to the heart and took counsel to slay them. Then stood there up one of the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had in reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, and said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourself that ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was scattered, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished in all, even as many as obeyed him were dispersed. Right? Because it wasn't time to be doing that, man. You know, it wasn't time to be doing that. And then in this sense, he's basically saying, look, the work that these men are doing, it's of the Most High. Watch. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. So the other guys were doing it on their own account. They weren't doing it according to Yahawashi's ability or will, I would say. It says, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. Lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. All right? So, at the end of the day, Yahawashi's program is going to continue, man. Do your part. All right? Do your part. Do your part. In sincerity. Fight for the truth unto death, and the Lord will fight for you. All right? Hey, with that, Kal Halal Yahawah by Shimra Clark qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect, and blessings and peace and salutation to you, Akim, out there enduring this truth and sincerity. Looking forward to getting out of this place, Babylon. Shalom.